Hey, how was your holidays? Eat some good food? Good, good. You know, I had a couple things. I didn't really have that much time. You know me, busy. But, you know, New Year's is tomorrow. So, what say you make some healthy meals? Start the year all right, huh?
Today we are prepping some delicious lemon garlic chicken breast, sauteed vegetables, and a little bit of rice in what will be the first of my meal preps for January series. Before we get started, two things. These meals assume you are not just dieting, but also working out. There are carbs in these meals, but healthy carbs that will not only fuel your workouts, but help you not feel hungry all day long. People try to say that carbs are the enemies, but it's always the type of carbs you consume. Secondly, as tedious as it may seem, you're going to need to weigh your food. It's the most efficient way to prevent overeating, and a food scale will always keep you honest. You'll know exactly what you're putting in versus what you put out with your exercises, and it'll help you set better goals moving forward. Every time I've kept track of my calories and weighed my food, I've gotten into really good shape. The second I stop, because I think I can do it just by eyeballing things, I gain it all back plus more. Remember, if you cheat on your diet will cheat on you. I suggest using an app like MyFitnessPal that can help you log your food by scanning barcodes or looking it up, and it connects with a lot of health devices too. Starting out, we need to marinate some chicken. I've got these chicken breast cutlets, or they may just be called thin sliced chicken breasts. I like using these because they cook quickly and more evenly than a whole chicken breast. This pack holds about 1.5 pounds. We're going to throw all of these into a Ziploc bag and then prepare our marinade. We'll need 1/4 cup of olive oil, the zest of 1 lemon and the juice of that lemon, a teaspoon of dried basil and a teaspoon of dried parsley, a 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and we can't forget our garlic, about 3 to 4 cloves minced. Mix it all up and pour it into the Ziploc bag, squeeze out any air, and then give it a quick massage to make sure everything is coated. If you plan to cook these right away, you can just leave it out for 30 minutes and then get right to cooking, but you can marinate these for up to 24 hours. If that's the case, definitely place these in the refrigerator. I've got 4 zucchinis and 2 red onions here. I'm going to chop these up into rough sizes, nothing fine, think hibachi size cuts. I'm placing them into a bowl and topping with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Don't try to free pour this, because if you were just to drink 1 tablespoon of olive oil straight off the spoon, you would be consuming 130 calories, so it adds up really quick. We'll add in about 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, mix it all up and let it hang out, because 30 minutes later our chicken is done marinating. Now I'm going to sear and then finish these in the oven because I like the texture and flavor, and I want some of that chicken goodness in the pan for when we saute the vegetables. I've got a skillet up to a pretty high heat, and I'm using a tablespoon of grapeseed oil, and that is because grapeseed oil has a higher smoke point, and unless you want your smoke detectors going off and your dog's going crazy, it's best to use this. Get the oil into the pan and move it around, then place your chicken away from you into the pan and let it sear for a good couple of minutes. Once it's seared pretty good, flip it over and allow the other side to do the same. We want that brown, almost crust-like texture. Then once you've seared all your chicken, place them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper and into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. Even when I'm meal prepping, I'm still using my meat thermometer because I want consistency across my meals, and overcooking a chicken breast is a very fast way to declaring that diets are nasty and abandoning it. Remember, we are heating these up in the microwave later, so we want to keep as much moisture inside this chicken as possible. Once the temperature reaches between 160 and 165, I'll remove it from the oven and let it rest for at least 5 minutes. Don't slice into it yet or all that juice will come running out. In our pan from earlier at a medium-high heat this time, I'm going to add just a bit of chicken broth to deglaze the pan. Make sure you scrape up all those bits of deliciousness off the bottom. It's all flavor. About 1/4 cup worth of chicken broth if you're wondering. And then I'm going to add in my vegetables along with a pinch of sea salt and saute until softened. At the very end, I'll squeeze in the juice of 1/2 lemon and then prepare to divide everything up. I'll measure my chicken now instead of before I cooked it, because some of that weight is water that will eventually evaporate while it cooks. This is a way we won't overcharge ourselves calories and protein. 4 ounces of chicken will run you about 187 calories, 35 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, and 0 carbs. After 5 minutes, we'll slice up our chicken and measure out 4 ounces for each container. I'm also taking a shortcut here and using these 2 packs of Uncle Ben's brown rice that have already been cooked. Just pop them in the microwave, heat them up, and then measure out 125 grams of rice into each of your meal prep containers. About 190 calories each with 5 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, and 39 grams of carbs are in this rice. I'll measure the whole batch of onion and zucchini in grams and then divide it by 4. I'm not super strict when it comes to fresh vegetables because honestly we need an extra veggie or two. This will run about 50 calories. So in all, we're looking at a meal under 500 calories, packed with 40 grams of protein, 39 grams of carbohydrates, and under 10 grams of fat. You got the protein of the chicken for building muscle and strength, the carbs of the brown rice to help keep you feeling full and to fuel your workouts, and lastly the nutrients of our vegetables. Pack them up, refrigerate, and enjoy. These should be good for the next 4 days. I tend to only meal prep for 4 days at a time and then make another batch of something else, so that way I'm not eating old food by the weekend. And if you're wondering if I have a poor choice for this, I don't. Because honestly, there is no good poor choice for eating healthy, and I am doing a dry January. Trust me, it hurts just to say that, but I need it. So enjoy this meal, and I'll have more each week that are meal prep friendly.